All right, 5150, this one's just for you. So here's what I cut out of the 60 ragtop. And so you got the same problem, looks like to me. It looks like yours is really rusted. Well, you got rust holes all through here. You've got rust holes all through here. And I'm going to talk about the conventional way always is to replace everything at the seam. And if you do that on this, you're going to have, what you've got is this problem right here. You see there's this 2 layers of metal here, and you've got a multiple layer situation going on in this piece. So in other words, when they built this car, they started from the bottom up, and the replacement of the metal you need to do is from the top down. So a lot of people go, well, you could just replace it at all the seams. And yeah, you probably could, but the chances of you getting it off are going to be really high by doing that, because you're going to have to buy just this piece. You're going to buy just this piece new. You're going to have to buy the fender wells and then the supports right here, this thing. So, and then trying to line up all those things is going to be very difficult to do. So you're going to have to take the body off the pan, remove all the metal, replace some of it, put the body back down on the pan, check to make sure that these fit. It's a very involved repair to do that. So what I did on my 60 ragtop to forego all of those things is I had a donor car. You got the 67 sitting there, but you could use a 70 or something like that, so you could save that 67 body for that other 67 project car you have. I noticed you have 2 67s there, and you could actually put the Baja front and back on from the other car possibly, or replace the front and rear and actually make another good 67 car, and then put your body tag on that one so you have a matching numbers car. So I would try and save the 67 for the 67, but if you have if that's where I see where you're rusted, and you're rusted all the way into these corners, I noticed you're rusted all the way into here. So you're gonna have to cut this at a higher level. What I would do on your car is, and you guys who aren't watching the 5150 channel, you might want to check his 58 rag top he's trying to do this big repair on, and then just check out how he's doing it, so you can see where they're at. Well, you look right here, he's got this side is even rusted out, the inner panel, so you're probably gonna have to find a place to match up your cut. So you could probably use this seat mount, cut just below it or above it so that you know where you're at. Okay, use that as a reference. But the whole idea of doing this, okay, is to have a smaller piece come off of your car and a larger piece go off. So what I do is I would make sure that you're overlapping with the new piece an inch or two. So that's what I did on mine. And then what I did is back here in this corner is the only thing that you can't overlap, because you've got multiple layers right here, and I just did a patch panel for that piece. And then all of this I overlapped. If you look along here, I overlap welded, because you can see this is cut up here, and where I put it in the car was about right here, so I had about an inch of overlap in there. A lot of guys will say overlapping makes everything not line up, but that's not really true. It's just all depends on you got to just work it out. You got to do the math in your head and know that you're going to be a 16th forward. So when you do this repair, you're going to be, the thickness of the metal, you're going to be that much forward. So you make up for that by something. Okay, and you can be that far forward and still fit, because you're going to have, you can wallow out your holes for your pan pieces. There's a lot of things you can do to make that work out, and this repair is much easier than trying to cut at these seams and trying to get a piece to line up. You got multiple layers there, trying to figure out that, and the math from all that is much harder than just figuring out how to make up that 16th. So if you can see, that's where I cut mine. I don't know if my other video had a really good, so I had to go really slow so you can see. I cut it right through the fenders because, again, there's your supports are right here between this and here. There's that support that goes along here, so you have to cut above that support. And then you want to, and then so you cut above that support on one of them, and then you want to cut above that cut on your new panel. So you cut above the support on this side, and then you cut above that, so you have a nice overlap. Now what I did on mine is instead of welding it all, I ground it down and on both sides to bare metal, and I put panel adhesive right here along the strip. So you put panel adhesive all the way around, and then after it was all set in place, I just used sheet metal screws to hold it in place, to line it all up, to make sure everything lined up, and then I put the panel adhesive on, and I used the same sheet metal screws, and then to put it on with, let it set overnight, and then I still spot welded several areas. And there's places where the panel adhesive, had a little bit of a gap, and I spot welded those areas, and then I still seam sealed it. But the reason I use the panel adhesive is because then the water, if it can't get between the two layers and start rusting out again, especially when you're back east. So this just gives you an idea of what you need to do, or what is the easiest way to repair that area on your 58. So you can see this is my old piece of metal here. Let's take a look again over here. Again, you have the same problem. I know that you're between the two layers, it gets rusty on these sides. And remember, you go up through here, and if you see this apart, you're seeing that this goes into this. So this right here goes right into this floor, or the package tray. So it's actually a really complex repair if you try and do it, to the seam. But if you just do it like I'm showing you and overlap and make a new seam, you could actually put filler on that. And on my car, you can never tell what I did. The only seam that you could possibly find is actually right here, okay, in the back. On the inside of the car, you can't see it. And underneath the car, if you really look carefully, way back in the corner, when this has got the engine in it and everything else, you can barely see this line here where I overlap these two pieces. And that's got seam sealer on it, and it's, you can barely see it. So it's a pretty good repair. It looks really original. You don't notice it. You got to get creative when you're doing this type of metal work. When you have a major rust repair like this on a VW, you can't just try and go to the seam. Go into the seam. I mean, there's no seam here. There's no seam in this quarter. So guys, butt weld that. You don't have to butt weld it. You can overlap it. You'll never see it if you do it right. In this fender well, guys are worried about that being, butt welded. For God's sakes, that's like, who cares? It's a fender well. But some guys are stupid. They do all that stuff crazy, picky. I just want to drive the damn car, So it's fun, safe. When it's overlap welded, it's stronger. So, or even if it's panel adhesive is very strong. I was at a sign show, and they were comparing welded panels to panel adhesive, and you could break the welds, but you certainly couldn't break the panel adhesive areas. They were on there. You could not get them apart. So there's actually adhesives that are stronger than welding if they're done, not for frames and stuff like that, but for sheet metal. I mean, it's free game. You can really make a strong hold with panel adhesive. All right, so that's my junk pile. I just saw this and I thought, you know what, I'll make a quick video for you. Might help you fix that 58. And talk to you in the next one.